Hello class, this is Dr. Valenzuela, and I wanted to spend some time reviewing our Module 4 assignment. So if you go down to Module 4, you'll see the Project 1 assignment, 4-3 Project 1 assignment down here, and the instructions that you want to follow are in this link, the requirements rubric. And so what we're going to do in this specific assignment, here's sort of the requirements here for it. And as you as I'm scrolling through here, the rubric is down at the bottom. And specifically what you want to do is use this template, the Project 1 template. Okay. And it is a Word document. Now remember that when you use the Word document, you're going to be entering, within the brackets, but remember to take out the bracketed items. Okay, you have to click on Enable Editing to get started. But once you follow the note, the instructions, make sure you take out those areas, put your name. And you have the introduction, the data collection. Here, we'll get more specific, but when it says the outline your obtained sample data, what I want to see in this specific section is the actual data. So included the data chart, an Excel chart of the data. That's what I want to see. Include the scatter plot there in the template. Here it talks about discussing the requirements for the linear regression. We talked about that in, in week 3, module 3 assignment. Here's a histogram that you have to, you'll be working on and including. Summary statistics. Remember now in the first videos that I talked about in the assignment, okay, if you go to the announcement page here, and so you'll see that I did a video here in week 3 on the 3-3 assignment. And then I also did another video on the 2-3 assignment. In these two videos, I talked about the, oops, where did the template go? I talked about using summary statistics and data analysis to give you the summary statistics like the mean, median, mode. Okay, and I'll go more in depth into the specific instructions, but I just want to cover the template itself. Okay, so summary statistics. Remember I did that I covered that in the 2-3 assignment video, okay, where I talked about using data analysis for the summary statistics like the mean, median, mode, standard deviation. Okay, so you'll want to go back and review these videos. And then in the 3-3 assignment video for week 3, remember I covered more in depth on the trend line regression equation. I talked about the R-squared value, the correlation R value, and how to get that. Okay, so just some review there on that part of the project. Okay, so so there's a lot of graphs, okay, that need to be included. It talks about a histogram. Now, if you go to the announcement for week 4, you'll notice that each week in my announcements, I talk about doing lecture videos on doing statistics with Excel. So if you click on that link, you'll see some videos here on different topics using data analysis in Excel, how to get started with data analysis. But I also talk about histograms and how to develop a histogram in Excel. So this is what you're going to want to use for developing your histogram. Watch this video, follow that procedure to develop your histogram. Okay, let's go back to the template. It talks about the line of best fit. That's the trend line. I talked about that in previous assignment videos that I talked about in my week 2, week 3 announcements videos for those assignments. Okay. Remember, we covered the regression equation, interpreting the regression equation, the strength of the regression equation, which is the R-squared value. We did all that in my previous videos. Remember, as I mentioned in the week 3 video on 3-3 assignment, and then in the week 2 video on the 2-3 assignment. Okay, so all that has been covered already in those videos. Okay, so you want to go back and review those. Okay, for this template. Okay, now let's go through the actual instructions here. So you're going to be using the project template that I just reviewed, okay, to submit this project. Okay, present your data in a clearly labeled table. Okay, and that table, remember the table, I want to see that table in this section here, okay, the sampling the data. Okay, so you're going to describe the report, give a brief description, purpose of your report. Now, when you're writing your report, I want to see it in a paragraph format, okay? I typically like to see Times New Roman 12-point font in a paragraph format, put a 1-inch margin on the left, 1-inch margin on the right. If you single space, I prefer double spacing. It's easier for me to read. If you do it single space, that's okay, but I prefer double spacing. It's just easier to read and to review the paper. But if you do it single space, again, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to deduct any points if you do it single space. So you're going to explain when using linear regression is most appropriate. Explain the difference between response predictor variables. Okay, we talked about that, those X and Y variables when you get your regression equation. You're going to select 50, a random sample of 50. Okay, so I'm only looking for you to randomly select 50, okay, data items. Okay, they do not have to be from the same county. Identify your response and predictor variables. Create a scatter plot of your response and predictor variables. Okay, so basically what it's saying is it's kind of like very similar to what you did in the previous project assignments for week 2 and week 3. You know, you're going to have an X variable and you're going to have a Y variable. Okay. Okay, develop a histogram. Remember, as I mentioned, you're going to go to my announcement page and where it says, and I have this in every weekly announcement, but in week 4, since we're in week 4, look for the lecture videos using statistics, doing statistics with Excel. Click on the link. That'll get you to this set of videos, and then you're going to scroll down and then watch the developing histogram with Excel, okay, video to do the histogram right here. Summary statistics, okay, create a table to show mean, median, and standard deviation. Remember that in the same Excel Excel lecture videos, okay, I have also talked about, I also talk about data analysis, okay? And it'll show you, I actually set up a video here using data analysis with Excel. And data analysis with Excel will give you the mean, median, and mode if you use descriptive statistics, okay? The descriptive statistics option under data analysis. Watch this. This is the video here that I created um, with this specific set of videos. Now, remember, if at the very beginning in week 2, okay, let's go back to week 2. In this 2-3 assignment, if you watch this video also, I also cover using data analysis, the descriptive statistics option to come up with the mean, median, and standard deviation. Okay, and that'll give you the output in Excel. So again, just 2 options there for you for that part of the project. Interpret the graphs, interpret the center, spread, shape, unusual characteristics. Okay, compare and contrast the shape, center, spread. Develop your regression model. We've done that before, where you're developing the regression equation, the trend line, and the scatter plot. Okay. Based on the scatter plot, discuss the association, strength, form, and context of your model. Find the R value. Remember that I showed you in week 3, in my week 3 announcement, I developed a video on the 3-3 assignment. And in this video, I showed you how to do the correlation R value, how to find the correlation R value. So you're going to talk about the correlation R value. Okay. Determine the line of best fit. So here, you're going to talk about the regression equation, define the variables, interpret the regression equation, interpret the slope, intercept. Slope and intercept, again, we covered that in the week 3 assignment. Okay. Again, I covered that in the video on 3-3 assignment here in the week 3 announcement. And then it says use regression equation to make predictions. Okay, we've done that before in prior projects. Summarize your findings in 1 paragraph. Okay. Okay. Did you see the results you expected? Okay, so then answer these questions and then submit the project. Okay, so this is a very big project. It's going to take you some time to get through it because it's using all the steps that we've learned from week 2, week 3, and then it's putting everything together here in week 4 in module 4. So do not wait until the end of the week to do this. Start on it right at the beginning of the week. It's a really big project, so it's something that you want to get started right away. And remember just to use all the resources that I've talked about and you know, all the videos that I've already developed for that I did in week 2 on the assignment in week 2. Okay, so remember that in week 2 I developed the 2-3 video assignment. You'll want to watch that. Go back also to watch the video on 3-3 assignment in week 3, my announcement. And then also use the lecture videos doing statistics with Excel, okay? So those are some of the main resources that you're going to be using for this project. Okay. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, an email. I will get back to you within 24 hours. So have a great week 4, and I look forward to working with you online this week. Thank you.